Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we have some more weird LCS drama to talk about. This is, not necessarily drama involving like players or teams or any one person or anything like that. It's just involving the LCS in general and a lot of the new kind of structure and most importantly schedule changes they have recently been announcing. It's getting a little bit worse. It's getting a little bit weirder. We're going to dive into all that. But first, a word from today's sponsor, which is of course Prize Picks. This is daily fantasy made easy, and as I've been telling you guys all month long, there's no better time than right now to join Prize Picks, because right now they have the 12 days of Pixmas going on. Unwrap a new promo every single day during these 12 days. A new promotion will be unveiled at midnight Eastern every day from 12:14 to 12:25. I'm recording this video on December 20th. Today the promo is Christmas Tacos, Taco Tuesday Holiday Edition, which is discounted projections throughout the day. You got to look out, keep checking back, see if you can get any deals, steals, whatever. If you guys want to check out Prize Picks, take advantage of this 12 days of Pixmas. Again, it's an awesome time to do so. Check out the first link in the description below. Prize Picks actually going to match your first deposit for new users up to $100. Thank you so much to them for helping support my channel and my content. With that being said, let's get right into this. This is what we're talking about today. Molecule LOL. I'm not sure who this is. Honestly, a GM, challenger, jungler. Apparently, I don't know if they're like a pro player, streamer, whatever. But they did have a good tweet that kind of came across my timeline. They said LCS schedule start time averages. Fly and C9 are in slots 1, 2, and 3 almost always. If you thought the LCS was planning for people to finish work and school and catch the last few games with your favorite teams, you are fucked, because all the good teams played in slots 1, 2, and 3. Now, this is very, very interesting, and we talked recently how the LCS is this year going to a Thursday and Friday schedule. Last year, I believe it was Saturday and Sunday, and I think it has been, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday for much of the LCS time. My webcam just froze. I'm not sure what's going on, but I think everything else should still be recording, so I'll try to make this disappear, I guess. Yeah, we'll get rid of the webcam for a little bit. But anyway, I don't think it's going to come back no matter what I do. So they had been doing, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Saturday, Sunday, Monday for forever. So they're switching to Thursday and Friday, and they're switching to Thursday, Friday during the day. I believe it starts at noon Pacific on Thursday and Friday. So again, I think most people assumed, whatever, if we're going to start at noon, that's fine. Let's have like Immortals against Dignitas at noon, or Immortals against freaking TSM or whoever at noon. And then, hey, by the time the good games come around, like, yeah, C9 against FlyQuest or 100 Thieves against TL or whatever, it'll be at like 4 Pacific, 5 Pacific. That's like 8 or 9 Eastern. People will be getting off work. People will be getting out of school. People will still be able to catch most of the good games. And hey, the games that anyone wasn't going to watch anyway, those will be at the times that no one's going to be able to watch. But that's not what the LCS has decided to do. The LCS has decided to front load the games. Most of the good games are going to be played at like noon, 1 or 2 p.m. Pacific time, with the worst games. You can see the lowest ranking teams, TSM, Golden Guardians, Dignitas, and Immortals, which this is absolutely hilarious because obviously Riot is front loading these schedules. And all those, copium TSM fans that want to tell you, oh, TSM is still hyper relevant. Oh, TSM still has a sick fan base. Oh, TSM fans still show out no matter what. And Riot needs to cater us, and the LCS needs to cater to us, blah, 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 blah. Look at where Riot's putting them. Riot's putting TSM in this group of GG, Dig, and Immortals in terms of their overall start times. And you can see, the teams that Riot is trying to showcase. FlyQuest, C900 Thieves, EG, and TL. And there's a clear gap here between the earlier start times and the later start times, with FlyQuest having, the earliest, which they're coming in with a pretty sick roster. So why is Riot doing this? I don't know. Some people's explanation has been, is Riot trying to cater to an international audience? Is Riot trying to get more of a Korean viewership? Is Riot trying to get more of that European viewership? Are Europeans, Koreans, or anyone else internationally going to tune into the LCS? I don't know. That just seems very, very strange for me. That doesn't seem like a good enough reason. Now, it seems very plausible. It is very possible that's what Riot is trying to do here. I just don't know if it makes sense. I don't understand that. I don't understand why the NA fans would not be the target demographic for the good matches, making them the most visible and most viewable to the NA audience. And I don't know if anyone else is actually going to tune in. I just cannot wrap my head around this. Now, David Chynock, he, chimed in on this. He says, I didn't even realize this. Rather than building the LCS schedule out so the best games of the day hit when NA can actually watch, they front-loaded it. What are you doing, LCS? Reverse this. And you can see 100 Thieves C9 going on at 3 p.m. This is 3 p.m. Eastern, so this is noon Pacific. Then GGEG, then Fly TL, CLG Dig, and the latest game is TSM Immortals, and that's at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's really rough. We did get a chime in from Papa Smithy here, and this is something that people have been looking out for, because people have been very, very critical of a lot of the LCS teams and GMs and stuff for being silent on these schedule changes, for being silent on what was going on. And it doesn't make sense that the LCS hasn't really explained why they've changed schedule or what they're doing. It doesn't make sense that none of the team owners or GMs or whoever, Steve, he's not coming out and saying stuff about what the heck's going on. Papa Smithy says this. He says, I asked in an internal Riot meeting if viewership peak was likely to change from game 2 to 3, as it has been for LCS for years, when the daytime changed, and was told no. So this is an intentional and evidence-based decision by them. And then we did get David chiming in on this as well. He says, never doubted that it wasn't intentional or backed, but I clearly don't come to the same projection. I get catering to the new time zone, but I don't see a world where using the entire 5-hour broadcast to build a narrative hype isn't better than front-loading with a steep cliff. And again, I also kind of agree with that. I don't necessarily believe it's, using a 5-hour broadcast to build a narrative hype. I think that does help a little bit, and that's never a bad thing, of course, but I also just think, at the end of the day, primetime TV shows, sporting events, everything are primetime for a reason, because it's when people are actually home. It's when people are available. It's when people aren't busy with work and school and whatever the heck else is going on, life, and they can actually sit down at home in front of their phone, tablet, TV, computer, whatever, and that's not at noon Pacific. That's going to be a little bit later in the day or at night, especially on the weekdays. This literally makes no sense. I don't get it. I also don't understand why Papa Smithy chimes in and to say this. Hey, I asked an internal Riot meeting if viewership peak was likely to change, and they said no. Who gives a shit? Like, okay, so what if they said no? That doesn't mean it's true. That doesn't mean it makes any sense. If fucking Riot told you that, hey, the LCS is going to get a million views per game this year, would that just mean that that's a fact? Does that just mean we're supposed to believe that? That means we're supposed to go along with it? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't believe that this is going to be true. And again, if Riot really did believe there was going to be no fall off in viewership throughout the day or no change in viewership throughout the day or whatever, then why are they having all the good teams at the beginning? Why not spread all the good teams' games out evenly? Why is there a clear gap between the good teams playing earlier and the bad teams playing later if there is no difference, if there's going to be no fall off, if there's going to be no changes? Despite the fact that we've seen fall off and we've seen changes in the LCS and in the LEC, like, the things at Riot, and now Papa Smithy by extension is saying for Riot, these things are insulting. They're insulting the intelligence of the fans and the people, and it's dumb, it's stupid, it's weird. I don't get it. It's frustrating. It's so annoying. But yeah, just kind of more weird LCS drama. Definitely want to get this news out to you guys because, like I said, I don't think many people know. Just like David says here, he didn't realize this. He didn't know that the LCS is front-loading the schedule. People, are definitely mad about the Thursday and Friday changes, but they didn't even know to be mad about the how the games are going to be structured because nobody knows. But yes, the schedule is out. Schedule's been announced. It's weird. I don't know. I'm frustrated. It's weird. I'm mad that my cam disappeared as well, but I'll catch you guys in the next one. Definitely check out Prize Picks, first link in the description below. But until then, peace.